Good morning, dear students. I, Dr. Mayank Maheshwari, Associate Professor, School of Engineering, Department of Mechanical Engineering, welcomes you all on the very first lecture of the course entitled as Heat and Mass Transfer. In this particular course, you will be you will gain knowledge about the various concepts of heat transfer and the basic concepts of mass transfer. Now the question you might be thinking of that why next course in heat in thermal engineering, was the course studied in the previous semesters were not enough. So in previous semesters you were taught the basic mechanical engineering or the thermodynamics. In the last semester you were taught the applied thermodynamics or the application. What you have taught in the first semester was that the basic difference in this subject and the subject which were taught previously was the foundation of thermodynamics and heat transfer are totally different, although some of the laws I must say are same. You must be remembering that in thermodynamics you are dealing only with the equilibrium systems. That means systems were in equilibrium. And what do you mean by equilibrium? Equilibrium, as you know, in thermodynamics means mechanical equilibrium, chemical equilibrium, and thermal equilibrium. Whereas in heat transfer, the system is not under equilibrium. So you must be knowing that if there is a heat transfer, then temperature difference must be there. And if temperature difference is there, then thermal equilibrium cannot be there. And if thermal equilibrium is not there, then it means that thermodynamic equilibrium is not. So now returning to our fundamentals again, the question is what is heat? So as you must be knowing, heat is the form of energy that can be transferred from one system to another as a result of temperature difference. So you must be knowing this thing that heat can only be transferred if there is a temperature difference or temperature difference exists. Now what is then heat transfer? The heat transfer is can be defined as the determination of the rate of energy transfer. That means how much heat is being transferred is the subject matter of this particular subject which you are going to be taught. As I said earlier, thermodynamics is only concerned with the heat amount of heat transfer. That means how much heat is going to be transferred, or if I give you an example, how much heat is required to melt an ice of 1 kilogram. So in thermodynamics you are dealing with amount of heat, whereas in heat transfer we are concerned with the rate of heat transfer. That means we are only concerned with the rate of heat transfer or the transfer per unit time. So that is an important point or important difference which you should write it down or note it down somewhere else, that in thermodynamics we are only concerned with the amount of heat transfer. And another condition which I want to edit is the that the system should be under equilibrium while going from one state to another state. Whereas in heat transfer we are concerned with the amount of heat transfer per unit time. That means in how much time the ice is going to be melt. So this is the question. And as said earlier, that it is a that in the heat transfer the object or the system is under non-equilibrium condition. Now the next line which I should highlight is that the laws of thermodynamics lay the framework for science of heat transfer. What does this mean? This means that the basic laws which are given in thermodynamics are also the foundation of the heat transfer. And what are those laws? Those laws are the first law of thermodynamics and second law of thermodynamics. So you must be remembering your first law and second law of thermodynamics. What are those? Just refreshing your concepts right now about the first and second law of thermodynamics. So first law of thermodynamics states that energy is always conserved. You must be knowing that one. And the second law of thermodynamics, what does it states? The second law of thermodynamics states that heat always flows from higher temperature to a lower temperature, and if we are going to reverse this condition, that means the flow of heat from lower to higher, then we require some external work like your refrigerator. Now coming to the application of heat transfer. So as you can't think of areas which are untouched by thermodynamics, likewise is the heat transfer applications. Heat transfer is applied into various and numerous scientific objects and technical objects, and I am citing here only few of them, but they are not limited to these. So first one and the important one is human body. So how human body? Because you know that we are constantly rejecting heat to the surrounding system. That you must be knowing that in summer season we are constantly rejecting heat and saying that it's very hot and humid. So how do we control that thing? By rejecting heat. Second, the technical equipments which I can take is the air conditioning equipment, television and computer. You must be knowing that at the back that in air conditioning at the back warm air is being rejected. In television also you can see that a television gets heated up after continuous operations, and the same thing is for the computer system. Third, thickness of roof wall in house. So that matters a lot because it decides that if the how to control the heat transfer in your house. That means how to cool your house in summer and how to keep the warmth in winter, that can be decided by the thickness of the roof and the wall of your in your house. So these are the few applications, but heat transfer can be applied to any scientific or technical objects, even your body also, in which heat is in which temperature difference is present. Now coming to the next point. The next point is engineering heat transfer. So what does the word engineering heat transfer means? So as I said earlier that heat transfer are equipments are going to be studied in this subject. So some of the examples of heat transfer equipments are heat exchanger. So you must be knowing what the heat exchanger is, and if you are not able to recognize what a heat exchanger is, then just go back to the, if you have air conditioner in your home, then just go back at the back side of the your air conditioner or the front side. Back side means from where the warm air is coming, and the front side means from the where cool air is coming. So you can see from there that some tubes are going, so that parts are known as the heat exchanger parts. Okay, and moreover you can also see at the back side of your refrigerator also, that will also comes up to the heat exchanger. Then boilers, In boilers, the water is converted into steam. Condensers, as you must be knowing that in condenser, what happens in condenser, the steam or the fluid vapor is converted into the its counter liquid parts. Radiators, a well-known equipment, scientific technical equipment known to you, used in automobiles like truck radiators, four-wheeler radiators. So what they do, they just exchange the heat with the atmospheric air. Then furnaces, refrigerators, which I have just cited out, refrigerator, solar collectors. So you must now be aware of solar collectors. They collect the heat from the sun and transfer it to the concerned object, like solar heaters, which heat up the waters. So what they do, they collect the heat they collect the heat transferred from the sun and transfer it to the water by some particular mechanisms. All these are based on heat transfer analysis. So this was an important line, that all these objects are considered under heat transfer analysis. So before proceeding, I just want to say, know you, give you some thing, that heat transfer problems are encountered in practice can be considered in two groups. So what does this mean? This simply means that all the heat transfer problems are generally categorized into two broad categories. So what are these two categories? First one is the rating problem, second one is the size problem. So what does these two groups means? Just have a look in the next page.